This is your Barbados Today evening news update for Thursday, July the 5th. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news at this hour, the central bank is warning Barbadians to watch out for unscrupulous people trying to pass off fake banknotes as real money. Deputy Director of Currency Octavia Gibson said in a statement today that counterfeiters are strongly motivated when there is a lot of cash in circulation. Gibson cautioned that during crop over, when a lot of activities take place at night, they see prime opportunity to cheat people. She said she was happy that many businesses have invested in UV lights, which can help their employees authenticate the notes received. Some costume band leaders are complaining that business for them in this year's crop over looks to be worse than the year before. Champion designers Gwyneth Squires and Betty West, along with contact band leader Anthony Lane, are reporting that cash is hard to come by.
I would like to get some sponsorship right now to finish, some of the costumes that I have here. Okay. Especially the adult band. But the children, all the children costumes are finished, all.
This year, I don't know if it's because the time of election. I don't know what is the reason. Everything has been slower. My regulars are coming in pretty slow, but I have a lot of overseas people, so it's working where that is concerned. I find people are kind of a little restless and so on. We're spending their money and I am experiencing a little difficulty this year, challenge where sponsorship and so on is concerned.
The word from other band leaders that I've spoken to is that things are quite tough. Things are tough for us too. There are no two ways about it. But the influx of overseas patrons help us a lot, help other bands too. If not for the overseas patrons, most bands would be dead in the water.
In other news now, spokesman for the South Coast Residents, Adrian Donovan, is reporting significant improvements in the sewage leaks along that tourism belt. Donovan, who has been strongly critical of authorities for the handling of the constant overflows of sewage on the streets, also told Barbados Today this afternoon that not a single drop of effluent has been seen in recent weeks. New Minister of Water Resources Wilfred Abrams has been pushing to ensure that the messy situation along the South Coast improves.
There were about 22 areas that I had identified that had issues of seepage. And right now, all of those are sewage free. Although, I must also let you know, the sewage is now being pumped into the swamp, which is not an ideal situation, but it's much better than seeing it on the streets every day, noon and night. The situation regarding the smell, the pungent smell that was severely affected the St. Lawrence Primary School, that has gone for the time being. And the whole area has undertaken a general cleanup.
However, Donovan is making another call on authorities to reopen the Worthing Post Office, which was forced to close due to the constant outbreaks of sewage in front of the building.
Chicken Barn has opened back up and after being renovated with air conditioning. But a sense of worry is that the Worthing Post Office is still closed. And as we know, over 2 weeks now, we have been making a call to the Postmaster General to let her know that the residents are eagerly looking forward to operations resuming as normal at the Worthing instead of they have to go to Burden Sill to cash the pension checks.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Welcome back with news from the region now. A forensic audit has now been ordered at the Youth Training and Employment Partnership Program in Trinidad. This comes after revelations it may be doing more to cushion the lives of its employees than to serve its trainees. The Public Accounts Enterprises Committee again zeroed in on the state company for the second time in as many weeks.
When did YTEP secede? Because what we've been sitting here overseeing is the Republic of YTEP, a new welfare state in Trinidad and Tobago. And I say that deliberately. If you're an employee of YTEP, you have access to salary, transport allowance, cell phone allowance, medical loan, educational loan, salary advances, health plan, pension plan. It's a complete welfare state.
Benefits that could rival the best corporate TNT has to offer are available in the state sector, at least according to the Public Accounts Enterprises Committee at YTEP. This year, YTEP received $55 million from the state to offer vocational courses and training to unemployed youth. But those taxpayer funds also provide cushy compensation packages for some of YTEP's 600 employees. None more so than the CEO, Nigel Forgeny. He drives a company-provided $400,000 Prado.
And on the international scene, 33 people have died in a heat wave that has baked the southern part of the Canadian province of Quebec. The sweltering weather began last Friday with temperatures hitting 35 Celsius, that's 95 Fahrenheit, and high humidity. The death toll has climbed every day this week, with 17 total deaths reported by Wednesday and 33 recorded by today. The heat wave is the worst the province has seen in decades. In more global news now, British Home Secretary Sajid Javid is demanding that Russia explains what happened following Saturday's incident in which a couple fell critically ill after handling an item that was contaminated with the same nerve agent used on a former Russian spy and his daughter in March.
It is now time that the Russian state comes forward and explains exactly what has gone on. Let me be clear. We do not have a quarrel with the Russian people. Rather, it is the actions of the Russian government that continue to undermine our security and that of the international community. We will stand up to the actions that threaten our security and the security of our partners. It is completely unacceptable for our people to be either deliberate or accidental targets, or for our streets, our parks, our towns to be dumping grounds for poison.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic evening.